I found a good Pixar one. I can't. I just gotta remember it. Pixar. Which one's the one you clicked on?
Um, I had Pixar and animated movies. Nah, that wasn't it. I can't even remember which one I had.
Damn.
Pixar movies. Pixar movies, the second one.
Luca.
It was literally the second one. Just Pixar movies next to Pixar tier list.
Da.
Or this one, Pixar movies here. Yeah, Pixar movies. The second one seems to have the most Pixar movies ranked. Yeah.
Yeah, just send me the Pixar one. We'll do that one.
Okay. I'll put the DreamWorks one in there too.
Yeah, just in case I got the wrong one.
I sent them both because
Yeah.
they're just separate anyway. So
Yeah, I know I got the DreamWorks one, but let's go. All right, which one are you
oh,
trying to do
you didn't get
first?
the Pixar one?
Oh no, I got both. Yeah, yeah, I
Oh,
got both.
okay.
Yeah,
Let's do the Pixar one since it's shorter.
yeah, let's do
It'll
that.
be one
All
that
right,
can be
same
done
same
easier.
thing. Just
Um,
I'm gonna make a never seen.
haven't seen. I feel like I won't have to put a don't remember. I'll just have to add a haven't seen. I feel like a lot of these movies are
Yeah,
newer.
I'm gonna just do haven't
Add
seen
a row
because I'm pretty
below.
sure I've watched all of them. I mean, like, I can remember most of them.
Yeah, I can remember most of them to give them a grade.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
TikTok dude is live. Hey, no worries. Have fun.
Oh man,
Crushing on dude.
people are ready. They're ready to throw hands, bro.
I mean, I know
We ain't
they're
even started yet.
well, right. They are coming like vicious. Now, the beauty about this list is that I feel like my S tier is going to get fully loaded, but I don't know. I'm
Same.
speaking early. I'm speaking early. Now, one thing I'm noticing is I didn't see Monster House on either of
Monster
these
House.
lists. Do y'all remember Monster House? Had the old dude live next door. His wife was super overweight, and like I think she died, and her
Oh,
spirit haunted the house.
yeah. I know what someone's talking about. Yeah, the Monster House. Yeah.
Yeah, like it was actually like a movie like with a
Yeah,
really
I've
good
seen it.
premise. Like it was kind of scary and it was really sad because apparently the dude was being mean to keep kids away from the house to protect them, but he just looked like a mean old man. So he was like actually like a good guy. Like I was like, yo, and then it was like the house wouldn't let him leave, and he didn't want to leave because he loved her. Like it was. Like yo, I was like, this is some adult stuff going on in this movie. So I'm like, I'm kind of upset that I don't see Monster House on here.
Yeah, I'm a
Like
little sad with that too, because like as much as it scared me as a kid to watch, I actually enjoyed watching it.
both streams up. Nice, JCM girl. Yeah, it's. But you know what? The thing was is that I didn't really like the characters, like the main three characters. I didn't like them at
Okay.
all. So just spending the whole movie with them, that probably made the movie go instead of A S tier, it would be A tier. The movie itself is S tier. I love the premise. Like I love how the movie ended. I love how scary it was. But yeah, just because of the main characters and how little I liked them, I'm throwing it an A tier. Like I'm doing that since it's not here, and I don't know if it's Pixar or DreamWorks. So starting off, Imaginary Monster House goes into A tier.
Yeah, Monster
Up,
House would have got like A tier for me.
yeah, yep. Um, shoot, let me put my drink in the fridge, and you talk about Up, and I'm gonna be right back.
Oh man, I'm about to. Oh man, why you gotta start with me, man? All right. Up, shit. All right. I want y'all to tell me what y'all would put up in. Like, where would y'all leave up? Cause like to me, I liked the movie. I enjoyed it. The first like 10 minutes made me cry like a bitch, and it still makes me cry to this day. But like the entire movie, like the entire rest of the movie, was like I don't know how I felt about it. Really, like it wasn't bad. It's not lower. It's not lower than B for sure. If you put it lower than B, you're tripping. But I would not put it in S. I'm gonna say that right now. Not an S tier movie. Definitely has to be an A to B tier movie. Oh man, I don't even know. Shit. I'm looking at the. Oh man, you know what? Let me just.
All right, did you plead your case?
I plead my case, but I don't. So what I said was it's definitely not lower than B, right? It's good enough to be in B or higher, but it's not for me. It's not an S tier movie.
I'm going A. I'm going. It's easy
You
A.
going A?
Easy A
You going
tier.
A?
I love.
Look,
I love. I love
I
Up.
love the first like 10 minutes, bro. That shit made me cry every time.
I
The
so.
rest of the movie, I don't know if it hits for me.
Yeah, I mean the first bit of this movie is super duper sad, but the movie is a lot of fun. Like it's
True.
just fun throughout the entirety of it. I really like the little kid. Like it's one of
Oh,
the
Russell,
like
love him.
yeah, like it's one of the main times you'll see a main character in the film because the old man and the little kid are both main characters, but the little kid he's not annoying. He's constantly adorable and hilarious,
Hmm.
and that's actually rare in a lot of the movies like this, especially like DreamWorks, Pixar. The main character is typically annoying as hell.
True.
um Up
I think.
is kind of top A for me. I feel that Zoro Savage is one of the few animated movies that shows blood in it. It is. It did show blood in it. That's true. That's true.
I can't put it in A tier and be genuine. I gotta put it in B tier for
I
me.
you know what? I respect the honesty. I respect the honesty because I have to leave it out of S tier because my S tier is going to have, you know, some bangers. Like Toy
Oh yeah, for
Story, I
sure.
know it's Toy Story is technically Disney, but it is also Pixar. So
True.
just
It
in
was a
all
collab.
fairness,
Well,
it
someone
is
said it. Yeah,
yes.
someone said it was a collab.
Yes, it is a combination of the studios. It's going up there. It's S tier because it's always S tier. It's Toy Story for me. I'm throwing it in S
It's
tier.
still an
It's
A
not
tier
even.
movie for me.
Yeah, and you know what? That's fair. I'm not even mad about that. Top A, yeah. Um, Monsters University. I actually haven't seen it. Didn't want to.
I saw it. It was okay.
Yeah,
Like
I heard a lot of bad things
overall,
about it.
it wasn't great.
Yeah,
Like I would go as high as C tier, but like it could go either C or D tier. Like
yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
and honestly, it didn't really stick with me. So like I didn't really. I'm gonna put it in D tier.
That's fair. Because if I didn't put it in haven't seen, I feel like I would have put it in D tier just because like it's one of those movies that I know nobody liked. You know, um,
True.
Finding Dory. I liked Finding Dory. I
Oh yeah,
enjoyed it.
Finding Dory was lit.
I really enjoyed it. It's another one of those movies that I really enjoyed the animation. Like
Yeah.
the animation quality in this movie, and I love how they gave the dad fish like a receding hairline with no hair, like his black line on him. Did you see this?
We're just going.
Like it's the
Oh
black hairline was going back, and so it was like receded halfway up his head to make him like look like he had like a receding hairline. The baby Dory, oh my god.
oh, Baby
Like baby
Dory was
Dory
so.
is the
Oh
cutest.
my god.
I would honestly go to vote that Baby Dory is probably the cutest Disney Pixar DreamWorks thing ever created.
Honestly, I would defend you with that.
Like I can anybody give me another thing that is cuter than Baby Dory and how much your heart hurt when they left her, like or when she got
Oh
lost,
man.
like that right there. I was an adult when I watched Finding Dory. I went to the movies to see this,
Same.
like I was literally like on the verge of tears because I was just like, yo, I've never seen an animated character so cute and that I wanted to just hold and save and be like, no, I have you. You're not lost. Like Finding Dory is for me is an easy A tier. Like I don't want to put it in
I'm
S
with you there.
because it, like I said, my S tier is reserved for the ones that, like, yeah, I mean, it's no, there's not much discussion needed. The S tier, no contest. So you thinking A tier?
Oh, I'm thinking A tier too. I'm thinking A
I
tier too.
die for her. Yeah. Finding Dory is okay. So Zoro Savage is green. That Finding Dory is A. Um,
Definitely A tier.
yeah, it's a solid A. I mean, it's not even. It's easy A tier. Like
Yeah, easy A tier.
not even. I wouldn't hear any like criticism that it should be in B tier. Like no, I'm not hearing none of
Yeah.
that. It's A tier, high A tier.
Yep.
Yeah, literally everybody like in the theater said "aw." Like, I mean, I think we all audibly were like "aw," like in the theater.
Nicest things of the world, bro.
Like, bro, I honestly forgot about how cute Baby Dory was until Nessa mentioned it. Like, yo, like that.
For
That's
real.
one of the like highlights of the movie is seeing Dory as a baby. Crazy.
Bro,
Man.
just seeing her like just like cute ass voice. Oh my god,
Yeah,
it was just
it was it.
oh
Yeah,
man.
it did it for me.
Yeah,
Finding
that cuteness.
Finding Nemo, easy S tier. I don't
Facts.
like.
That was going straight to S tier for me.
Yeah, like
Not even debatable.
it's not debatable. Um,
Like, come on now.
Cars. I feel like this is
Okay, this
where
is Cars 2
is this
specifically.
Cars too?
Yeah, yeah. This is Cars 2 specifically. And I actually had a whole debate about the entire Cars series with my friend.
Hmm. I never
And
watched Cars 2, so I don't have to have that debate.
it's fine.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
touched the butt. Yeah.
for
Yeah.
me, Cars 2 lands as high as C tier or D tier.
Mm,
Don't go anything higher.
yeah.
Because Cars 2, like, look, okay, cool. Like, it was like Mater's the main character, basically.
Right. Makes
Mater's
sense.
a good character, but
Yeah.
like, it just, I didn't like it.
Right. That's
Or
fair.
like, it was okay.
JCM girl said, "I'm glad you said S or we were throwing hands."
I think I'm
Listen,
gonna put that. Shit, I'll put
Cars,
it in C tier.
Cars
I'll put it
2
in
in
C
C
tier
tier.
for now. Yeah,
Okay,
I'll put it
okay,
in C
okay.
tier for now. I might change it later.
Y'all put Escape in the dealer. Hell yeah! I forgot about Escape. It looks suspiciously like the word escape.
Oh my
I
god.
never knew my father. Like honestly, Finding Nemo is just listen. Finding Nemo because my little brother was born in 2005, and
Shit.
so Finding Nemo was literally his first movie. Like I don't know, like, y'all don't know this, but this is like, and he still to this day, as a 16-year-old, remembers Finding Nemo because it was the first movie that, like, when you put Finding Nemo on, he would either stop crying or his attention will go straight to Finding Nemo.
Honestly, it's like crack for kids, bro. It just hits
It's
something.
I'm surprised he didn't want to become a marine biologist like me. Like that was because like I literally when I first went to college, that was my major was marine biology, and it wasn't because of Finding Nemo. It was always going to be something like natural biology or animal biology or something like that. But marine biology was the specific, and I still plan to go back to school to get my degree in marine biology just because I told myself I would. But it'll literally just be a thing I do for myself. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna go further in debt just to get that degree, just because I said.
Heck yeah, why not? You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, so like
Yeah.
Finding Nemo just holds a special place like in my heart just because of like when I was taking care of my little brother and like my parents was at work and everybody else was like out having fun because my siblings were older. I was left at home by myself, with my little brother, and he's a baby, and we're watching Finding Nemo. So it's just kind of one of those things that just sticks with you for so many reasons, not just because it's a great movie, but just because it is one of those movies that has a meaning outside of the actual movie being great, you know?
Yep. Facts.
The glowing fish scene in the dark was epic. Yes, that anglerfish was
Yo, that
so
anglerfish,
scary.
that shit scared me when I was a kid, bro.
Yo, I feel like that scars so many of us. Like,
Yo, for real.
yeah, that
Oh
thing
my
was
god.
terrifying. What was that? What was that part? Is that, are you my conscience? P. Sherman, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Honestly, Finding Nemo is also like a solidified like one of the reasons why I didn't like dentists as a kid.
Yo.
As a kid.
Yeah.
Finding Nemo like solidified that.
That dentist, yo, that dentist was tearing that one dude up in there. He was going in there like he was a dude tooth like this, yo. He was going crazy on that man too.
Fine, bro. I don't know what he was doing there, but that was not like dentistry. I'll tell you that now.
Yes, bro. Ha hoo hua he ha ho 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 ha hoo hua he ha. Bro, I'm telling you, like, yo, that movie, yo. All right, like we gotta, cause we stuck on Finding Nemo. We got. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Keep going.
The
All right, The
Incredibles,
Incredibles.
easy S tier.
Easy S tier.
I won't hear nothing. I won't hear no
I
complaints.
wanted to be a superhero since I was a kid, and even till now, I want powers to be a superhero.
Like
You
this,
think Incredibles not gonna be S tier for me?
it's just, bro. Like the whole movie. The sequel's the same mind. Yo, you gotta stop talking about Finding Nemo. I know it's hilarious. Like, I love it. Mine, like, bro. The Incredibles. But the thing I love about it is just because like they had individual powers that were really cool. You know what I mean? And they were simple.
Right.
One's really fast. One's stretchy. One's super strong. One makes force fields. Dash that. What is it? Jack is he just got powers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Because in the beginning, we were suspected, but we never knew what it really was.
His IG says it wants to be a superhero. No way, does it really? Does your IG say you want to be a superhero, bro?
Oh, mine?
Yeah.
No.
No? Oh, okay, okay. I'm about to say, I'm like, yo, did she just give out like some lore? Like, does my man really like he out here, he looking, he's searching for the fountain of youth, like.
I'm looking, bro. Like, yo, if you know how to get superpowers, let me know.
Bro, you know one thing I love about The Incredibles is that it's one of the first times that I ever found myself really attracted to an animated character besides Jessica Rabbit. Miss Incredible mirror scene. Bro, he said it as I was saying it. As I was saying it, I was like, yo, Miss Incredible thick. She thick, like, bro, like she thick. Remember when Donald Trump did that, had that meme where he was like he was hissing like a cat or something? Like, yo, he was about to say she thick with two C's. Miss Incredible was thick. Next to Jessica Rabbit, bro. Do y'all remember Jessica Rabbit from Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah.
Bro, let me show y'all. If y'all don't, let me pull up. Let me
I mean,
pull up.
also, like, I know this sounds like a furry kind of thing, but yo, Lola Bunny in the old space.
Listen, I mean, bro, come on now. Lola Bunny like ain't had no reason looking like that. I don't know what the hell this. Heidi Klum, don't do it again. Like,
She would have crossed my ankles up and took my heart at the same time.
and you know what's funny? Like, yo, Jessica Rabbit, yo, Jessica Rabbit, though. Oh dang, I didn't mean to go to the whole fan page. I just wanted to look at the picture. Jessica Rabbit, though, like, she was, yeah. Hold on, let's look up the old school Lola Bunny.
Space Jam 1 Lola Bunny.
Yeah, let me look Space Jam 1 so I don't get confused. Because they intentionally made her, like, sexy in the scenes that they gave her. Like, she was curvy, too. Like,
I'm saying.
y'all see how they, like, she was, yo, like, and then they had the sexy music, like, when she walked in. Do y'all remember when she first walked in? And they had the sexy music as she walked in? Like, that's the crazy part. Like, they intentionally made her sexy, and then they like dulled her down in the new one, which I get. You know what I mean? Yeah, that which was hilarious. Like, I get that. I was expecting an actual rabbit at first. Nah, like that. Her name was Rabbit. Her last name was Rabbit because she was married to Roger Rabbit. So like that was why her name was Jessica Rabbit. But yeah, yo, like in her opening scene, she was singing at like the bar or whatever. So like she was like, this is the scene where she was singing at the bar, and the dude first sees her. This is the main character in the scene, and like yeah, like she was really built big up top with like no waist or whatever. But this is Roger Rabbit. This was her husband, and so they was both tunes, bro. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? I don't know who made that Disney Pixar, but that is a S tier movie. Like, if you don't listen, S tier, S tier, S plus tier. Like that movie is a timeless classic. Jessica Rabbit can step on me. Listen, I'm right there with you. Jessica Rabbit is up there with she honestly finer than Dimitrescu. Lady Dimitrescu, I know that she broke the internet with her big humongous self. Which I mean, she looked good, but yeah, she, from Resident Evil 8, cause she's like 9 feet tall. So people was like sweating her because yeah, like she was like kind of fine and like tall as hell. So like this is her, like she's actually that much taller than dude. and so she was like curvy and built and everything. So people was like really rocking with her. But like, yeah, she like actually broke the internet on her release. Like she was going nutty. I didn't really have a thing for her, but I know that a lot of
She
people.
creeps me out, bro.
I mean, she is scary. She's a vampire, so like
Okay.
she's kind of scary. She got these long. Look at these claws, like. But people was man, listen. People was like, step on me, big mama. Like they was down bad. And it didn't help that this game came out like right around like after quarantine, so people was still down bad. You know what I mean?
Yo, that was tired to market it.
I love how The Incredibles was an easy S, but Lilo and Stitch was an A. Leave me alone, JCM girl. Y'all still ain't over Lilo and Stitch. Look, you know what I mean? I want to do her. Look, I'm with you.
My chat's calling me a furry. Shit, we both getting it tonight.
I
Fuck that.
guess, man. Like we can't get right apparently. Um.
I'm saying.
Okay. But yeah, bro. The Incredibles is it's easy S tier. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Roger Rabbit is Warner Bros. I forgot, bro. We forgot to look up Warner Bros.
All right. I forgot.
Yeah, that's probably where some.
We can do it after. We can do it
Yeah,
after.
I'm gonna just put up another tab real quick. There we go. Yeah, cause I'm like I was sitting here thinking there's some classes that we were thinking of, and I'm like we don't see them probably cause some of them are Warner Bros. Um,
True.
Roger, you lucky mother. Yeah. Yo, I'm telling you, I can't let this go. What is he capping on? What is he cap? Oh, you're capping that saying that his. Oh, is that like his Instagram username? She's saying your Insta username says you want to be a superhero.
Wait, my instinct.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what you meant. Yeah, I mean Super Sam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay. Super San Antonio. Okay, all right. Yup. All right, okay. We cleared it up because I was confused.
I mean, I told you, like, you know what I'm saying.
I mean, I'm with you, bro. Ain't no negative judgment my way. You know what I mean? I want to be a
You know what I'm
superhero too. I
saying?
wish I could unlock the Mage Sharion right now. You know what I mean? Like,
Shit,
but
bro. I'm
I don't
saying.
want to have to kill no family members or nothing like that. So I'm gonna just stay powerless. You know, because that's how they get that in
Yup.
the show. So Ratatouille. I'm gonna be real with you. It's like a C tier for me.
What?
Yeah, I never
What?
I never really yeah, like dang, okay, so this one didn't bother chat apparently. I
What?
Ratatouille never did nothing for me. It never yeah, this is probably gonna be one of the ones that really get you, but it never Ratatouille was huge for so many people, but it didn't I feel like giving it a B tier would probably be fair objectively, but personally, I'm gonna give it a C because I'm indifferent.
Man,
Like it
because
could be 3 years later, Bristol ring a Lilo and Stitch.
Ratatouille, like, oh man,
What is that? A tier for you? I don't think it's
Ratatouille
S
is
tier.
A tier.
I don't think you're throwing Ratatouille in S tier. Like if it's A tier, go outside and touch grass because you going crazy. There's no grass. It's only snow where I'm at. So maybe that's why I'm going crazy.
I would say objectively, it's A tier, but like personally, I might even put it in S tier.
Ah man, look. I mean, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. I personally, since I'm indifferent, I'll put it in S tier because I don't think I dislike it to put it, anywhere other than I won't put it in D tier because I don't dislike it. But putting it in B
I'm just
tier,
like, damn, bro, what?
I feel like putting it at least in B tier would say I feel some positive emotions towards it, and I'm so indifferent. Um,
Right.
Normally I just put it in A because of how much respect people had. I mean, I feel that, and that's why I say objectively, I would probably put it in B just because like I know that people love that movie. But if I'm making my own tier list and
True.
it's like this is going to be a reflection of what I think of the movie rather than what I think people think of the movie, then
Mm-hmm.
I have to leave it there. And like I said, it's gonna be some tough strings to pull because I had to put Lilo and Stitch in A tier, and that hurt. That hurt
That
everybody.
hurt.
That hurt everyone. You know what I mean? Apparently, I'm gonna be hearing from it for the next 3 years from JCM girl. So I've got 3 more years to go. It's gonna be till 2020, what 5? So we got a while. We're gonna have a new president. So that's how it's gonna be. Um, so I'm sorry. So you throwing it in the A tier?
I think I'm throwing it to S tier, bro. Like, cause I loved it watching it. Like, and I still would rewatch it till this day.
Okay, I mean, so it's A tier but not S tier.
I agree agree objectively, it should be in like around A tier.
So
But
okay.
personally, for me, and like I just loved it so much, I put it in S tier.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? And that's fair. I respect that. I respect
I
that.
respect yours, but
I
I'm
res-
just like, damn.
no, I know it hurts. I know it hurts.
Your decision.
I know it hurts.
Really
Just know, it don't come from a place of distaste or anything like that. It just comes from a place of indifference.
That's fine. That's fine.
The Good Dinosaur, I haven't seen it,
Same, haven't seen it.
so I have to put that in haven't seen. The OG Cars, I'm throwing that in A tier.
That's A tier. Yeah,
That's A tier for me.
That's A tier for me.
Oh, Moon, you've missed some violence. We finished the Disney movie tier list, and that got a rise out of that.
Topics right there.
I got some pain. That was some pain there in that list. All over the place. So what is this one right here? What is this Cars? Is that not OG Cars?
Cars 3.
Okay, I haven't seen that. It goes right there with Cars.
Okay, so this is how I'm because Cars 3 is honestly probably B tier for me. Probably B.
Okay, so it's better than Cars 2.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
better than Cars 2. And the reason why I say it like this because if we take all three, right? The first one, so good, right?
Right. Absolutely.
Development, great plot.
Ka-chow, bro. It's literally a classic. You can't think of that without that.
Exactly. Second one, they just said fuck all the character development and plot, and let's just make a funny, weird movie.
Gotcha.
C tier it is. Toy Story. Cars 3. That's when I was kind of just like I didn't even want to watch it because Toy Story 2. Bro, why can't I say Toy Story? Cars 2 was so bad. I didn't even care to watch Cars 3 until like years later. When I finally watched Cars 3, I'm like, yo, this is actually not bad. This is actually pretty good. And the reason why I say that is because like it goes into, even though like Lightning McQueen is not totally the main character, it still has a lot of development and character plot that shines with him and continues the character development he had in the first one. That's why I say it's a good movie.
That's fair.
Second one could have just been disappeared.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because second one did nothing for the overarching characters.
So it seems like they made a movie because Cars was popular and they knew how popular Mater was, so they wanted to make him like a bigger part of the movie because he was such a small part of the first one, and they figured, oh, kids are gonna like this, and they just went with it.
Yeah, but they took out Lightning McQueen's role so much, but he barely was in the movie. I'm just like, what? And then if they wanted to make another Cars movie, they could have just made a Mater's movie, and that would have been
right. Which didn't they? I thought they did that anyway.
They did. That's why I was just like, why did they make this one a Cars movie when it was obviously a Lightning McQueen movie?
JCM girl said, "I'm gonna do a YouTuber tier list and put you in A tier." Hey, you know what? I can live with that. Honestly, I feel like if I'm in A tier, that's kind of good, because I feel like some people would put me in a daggone F tier because just on that one thing where I did the ranking, the BTS members, there's so many people who would put me in F tier just off of the title of that video alone. Bro, honestly, we can do that. That would piss so many people off. BTS member tier list. Well, I figured we were gonna do a K-pop group tier list, so I figured we was gonna do that anyway. So I was just like, I figured we was gonna throw it out. I was gonna pitch it to you and see what you thought about it, but I'm like, we'd have to find one.
I don't care. I have no gripes. People know I'm opinionated. I don't care.
I just figured that I would only pitch it to you because I don't have as much knowledge on K-pop groups as you do. I'm still not as familiar. I haven't been a part of K-pop genre for as long as most people who listen to K-pop. So most of the stuff I'm familiar with, as far as groups are concerned, I'd have maybe 2 songs to go based off of, but that's about it. So that Banks Sangulano says do it. So we can do it. I'm all the way with it. I'll kind of go off of what you're saying. Your opinion would probably be the most important in that because you'd give me information I don't have. And I could go using that information, weigh them on what I think of the group, and you'd be like, but they have this banger right here. And maybe you'd even remember a song that I heard that I didn't remember, and I could change it based off of that. So
Hmm.
I think
Well,
we
and
can do
also
that.
like for me, like it's also iffy because there was a small period, like just probably like somewhere around like 2018 to like 2020, right? So 2018 for 2020, for like 2 years, where I really didn't listen to a lot of K-pop. Well, I mean, I did listen. I just didn't branch out.
Right.
I listened to the groups I already knew, and I didn't give any new groups like any try.
Right.
Because a lot of groups came out at that time, and that's why I took a pause from it because I want to give them a chance to like grow and kind of find their sound before I listen to them.
Right. That makes sense. Because if you listen to certain groups, older stuff versus their newer stuff, they don't really find their actual sound until a couple years
Exactly.
in, and so
Yeah.
you think it's a whole different group that you're listening to.
Exactly.
So,
And like for me, like I love I'm like deep BTS, especially Blackpink, right?
you do
I
love you some
listened to
Blackpink.
them when they came out initially. Like it took me maybe like 2 years for both groups
Yeah,
for
I
me to
mean,
get
even
into them.
yeah. Think about me. Like I was familiar with K-pop, but I didn't listen to BTS until what 2018.
Yeah.
So
Same.
and
I
I
didn't
like
listen
I
until it's like 2017, 2018 too.
yeah, like, and it wasn't like I said, I didn't listen to K-pop, but I was familiar with K-pop. So it's like BTS had been out since 2013, I think, right? And
I think so. Yeah,
so
2013 or anywhere from 2013 to 2015.
yeah, so it's like they had been out for years, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
before I had ever even listened to them. So it's that kind of thing where when I first started listening to them, they had already found their signature sound that they were going to go with
Right.
and stick with for years to come. So it's that kind of thing. June 13th, 2013. Hey, see, I knew I was around the same time. That was literally like a couple days after I graduated.
Oh shit, let's go.
Yeah, like that's what's up. Okay. A Bug's Life. So Nessa said I better give the next five all S tier or I'm in trouble.
Oh shit.
I hate to break it to you, Nessa, but I'm in trouble. um,
Me too.
yeah, A Bug's Life. I'm going A tier. I love A Bug's Life, but I liked Ants more, and that's the only reason why I'm not giving it S tier because I watched those two movies around the same time, and
Right.
I watched A Bug's Life first, and then I watched Ants, and I loved Ants so much more than I loved The Bug's Life.
I got to double check something with ants.
Yeah, Ants had
But
them.
I'm gonna with you there because I remember
The Ladybug.
for a long time I actually thought ants and the Bugs Life were kind of similar.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
But
definitely
they both
similar.
had ants in it, so it kind of threw
Yeah.
me off. I'm actually with you there. I actually like uh ants more than Bugs Life.
Yeah, I mean, cause like that war scene is still one of my favorite scenes in like one of the old school DreamWorks movies when they went to war with the termites. The ants go marching one by one, hoorah, hoorah. Yo, like that was my joint, bro. Cause they
Bro,
he went he
listen.
went to war with one of the soldier ants, and I like this was like I said, I was a weird kid, so I used to go to ant hills and I would take different spiders or bugs, maybe daddy long legs, and I would throw them into the ant hill and I would just watch to see what happens. And there's certain bugs that the ants wouldn't attack. Ones with really hard shells that they couldn't get into. If it
Yeah.
was fast, it would crawl out. But most of the time, when you throw something into an ant hill, they go at it. They go after it. They don't
Right.
care what it is, how
Oh
big it
yeah.
is. They swarm it. And I've seen soldier ants, and I've been bitten by soldier ants, and it's weird because I used to just watch them and just see how they would work as a team, and they would take down things that were way bigger than them, and they carry it away. And I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. Like they crazy. And then I'd watch these soldier ants, which were way bigger. And in the movie, they kind of captured that because they had the regular worker ant, and then the soldier ant who was going to war, who the ant accidentally got drafted with. He was way bigger than him, and then they had the termites, which are way bigger than normal ants. So it was like they captured that, and they captured the idea, except for the acid thing. But they captured that idea of these termites being this force to be reckoned with to ants. But then they actually captured the fact that in war, if ants have these colliding forces, they will literally go to war. They have a page on YouTube called Ant Wars, and they'll have the people document like when these ants have turfs that are just colliding because their ant hills are expanding. They will go to war, and like thousands and millions of ants will die. like
Like
because they're going to
looking at
war.
TikToks, it should be like entertaining to watch.
Like so ants. I had a super fascination with ants and spiders. Like I had a pet spider when I was a
Oh no, I
kid.
can't do pet spiders. Nope.
Yeah,
Nope.
like it was. I used to feed her. Like what? It was interesting because like I didn't know that spiders were scared of stuff. I just always saw spiders as these killing machines, and I didn't realize that they were smart because if I put something in her web that was too big for her, she would back up. She was a funnel web spider, so she would come out when she felt the vibration. She would see how big the prey was, and she'd be like, "Nope," and would go right back into her hole and wait for the thing to fall through her web or whatever or get out of her web, and she would go back up and rebuild her web. And so it was like fascinating. Like I was weird as a kid, bro. Like I was like 8, 9 years old, messing with ant hills and like having pet spiders and feeding spiders. And like I had issues, bro. Like I had
Oh my
issues.
bugs. Like I in real life, I hate all kinds of bugs. I don't care. Do not like
Yeah,
come near me at
that's
all.
fair.
Like
Like they're so fascinating though.
I have this rule in my head, right? If you're in my house, that's okay. If as long as I don't see you, you can live here rent free. It's
Right.
okay. But if I see you, it's on site.
Yeah.
Like you will get crushed and obliterated with the force of 1,000 suns. You ain't making it to
Look,
tomorrow.
I mean, and you know what? I feel you to a certain extent because I'm the type of person that if I'm able, I will take a spider and capture it and let it outside because it's like it didn't know it was coming into my crib. It was just trying to get out of the cold, or it was trying to. It was exploring. It was like I'm trying to find a warm spot to make a web, and it just happened to stumble upon where I stay at. But that one spider on stream, a few of y'all remember this,
I remember.
that dangled in my face. And I listen, I've never been that spooked by a spider, but it was
Right.
big, yo. And it was doing that web thing where it twitches with it come. I've explained this on an actual thing, but it's like it's coming down and it's right there next to my face. I had to off him because I
Right.
knew I had to off him because he was a thug spider. Because when he hit the floor, he ran at me. He ran at me, yo.
Oh no, he wanted
I
to
was
smoke.
look, and I'm sitting here like I was like going to get him, and it wasn't running from me. So it was like that realization where I was like, I'm going to get him, and I'm expecting him to run, so I'm going to see where he's running, and he just stood there, and it's facing me, and I'm like, what you looking at? And it just takes off at me, and I look like I lost it for a full 24 hours, bro. I lost it. I didn't see this
That's
spider.
so funny.
It got me with a double jump scare, bro, because I didn't see the spider until like a full 36 hours later when it was on the ceiling above my bed.
Oh my
And so
god.
I wake up to look straight at the ceiling with that same spider being like, you sleeping good? I was just about to dangle like, bro, he was looking dead at me, yo, staring at my soul, and I'm like, yo, I could only imagine that if I woke up and he was on my blankets and just staring into my face, like, yeah, nigga, you came after me, I got you first, I caught you slipping, you know what I mean? Like, yo, like, that's the only time like I ever had my manhood tested by a whole insect because I was like, yo, do you want my room? Because you can have my room. But I had to body him, and I felt bad because he was a thug. And I'm like, yo, you could own my garage, and you could have a good life ahead of you being a thug spider. But I had to take him out the game. Like
Yep. Yep.
that's but
But
like
you know, that's limited to me because like if it's in my house or especially in my room, you're dead.
yeah,
This is where like I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll leave you alone. Like if it's like garage or the shed,
yeah,
I'm gonna leave you alone. You can
yeah,
take that space.
yeah. You already outside for real.
Yeah, yeah, I'm alright. I'm like, you're already outside. You can probably crawl out, right? As long as you don't
Yeah,
crawl inside the main part, you'll be okay. I'll leave you
right,
alone.
right.
But if you're too big or you got some like scary looking colors on you, because I know colors mean
Yeah,
scary,
color definitely mean poison. Yes, hell yeah, they do.
then you dying on the spot.
Yeah.
But other than that, if you like a small size and you just chill in the corner of my garage, I'm just like, you know what? Spiders eat
Yeah,
other bugs, so I'm
yeah.
gonna let you do your thing,
They
cause
killing some pests. You know what I mean? There's like, and so it's
exactly
good
you
because
don't
if
know
you
what
have
it
a
is.
bunch of spiders and you got a mosquito problem, you don't got a mosquito problem like that no more. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So
Like
I'm just like, I'll leave you alone. Just you know what I'm saying? Like if you don't want to be in the garage or outside the backyard or somewhere in the shed, cool.
ants did have some adult jokes. It had hella adult jokes in there. And it did have some fire fight scenes though. Yeah, look, me and Zoro Savage were on the same page. I didn't even notice that he was talking about the termites fight, and that was exactly what I was going in on. Wait, I'm a sadist? No, I'm not a sadist. No. No. A pet spider? Yes, I had a pet spider. Yeah.
Oh man, I could not have a pet spider. Like I have friends who live in Australia. Like I don't know how you guys do it,
Oh,
man.
listen, bro. Them Australian spiders is built different, bro. I had an Ohio spider.
No, they're the size of my hand, bro.
Bro,
What
do
the
you see some of these people pick up camel spiders and they the size of like whole dinner plates? Like, bro, no. Like this, like when I saw
fuck?
that one of the like there was a video of a dude who had a spider in his house and he went to hit it with the broom and it was the same size as the broom he was hitting it with. Like the broom part, the sweeper part, it was the same size as that. I was like, how you gonna kill him with something that he bigger than? He looking at you like, what is this weak sauce? Them is bristles, they tickle. You get something bigger for me. Like I would look, that was one of those spiders where I was like, if it's in my crib, you own it. I'm handing him the deed. I'm gonna put the deed to the house in his web. You got it, player. I'm not coming home. Matter of fact, I'm burning this place down. You better be out. It's gone. Oh no.
I forgot like it was like those pictures of like when they have the spider season, like everything's covered in webs.
Yes, bro. Is that in Australia? Because I thought that was like in the UK.
No, I think that's Australia.
Yeah, it was literally like because the spiders, I guess they're using their webs to fly through the air, and there's so many of them. I guess there's millions of them, so their webs just cover cars. It looks like snow. Like if y'all haven't seen that, matter of fact, I'm gonna look it up. What's it? What is it? It's Australia. Like I don't even know how I would find that. Australia spider webs cover cars. I guess
Spider season? Is it spider season?
spider season.
Yeah, spider season. It's spider season.
Oh yep.
Oh man, I'm just like, oh.
That's it. That's it right there. Oh my lord.
Oh my god.
Oh, and you got a picture of a dude with one on his face.
Oh yeah, I just saw that one too. Oh my
Good God. This is the one. This is it. This is exactly what the spider looked like. This is it. Look at this.
Jesus.
Look at how like you can just tell that spider's massive. Look at how it is in the like in the corner.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Like
if you look up top 10 most dangerous animals or insects, 9 of them are all in Australia.
oh yeah, Australia. Oh my God, look at this. I know chat is hating this. Stop talking about spiders, and I got spiders on chat. Like that is nightmare fuel.
Oh man, I'm taking it out now. I can't look at it.
Good God.
Shit.
Yo, okay, chat. Would y'all walk through this for?
Hell to the fuck
Would you walk through this? Would you walk through this for $10 million? You can run through it. Just you gotta go 50 yards up and 50 yards back, and they give you 10 million. No, Moon says yes, but I know Moon about that life. Moon will do it.
Okay, look, if you give me 10 mil, shit. I mean, I
Look.
I don't like it, but yo, money's money.
Look, I'll roll around in that joint for 10 million. Stop playing with me. I'll take a spider bite or whatever, or two. I get that 10 million. How much is anti venom for one of them spider bites? I'll buy that. I'm on my way. I say that now, but when you go there and you actually look at it, you're gonna turn into a different person. Cause you're not walking through this one. You're not walking through that. You're not running through this one.
Oh no, I'm not running through that one.
This dude, like you can see the spiders in that one. Like this one right here.
It's just like you might run into one or two, but like they look like they left already.
Okay, this one seems like doable. What about this one? This is like you got a farm, you got a house right there. You know, you got to run from the fence to the house and back for a quick millie. For a quick millie, right here to the house, right here. Look, run right here from the fence. That's like 40 yards.
Yeah, you just gotta run the first part and then just run back the same area.
Yeah, the same area you ran. Yeah, you don't gotta run like through any more extra. You just you find the trail, you run through, create a path, and then you follow that path back. You just gotta touch the barn and you run back to the fence. Quick millie. Quick millie. I'm taking it down. No 10 millie. Quick millie. They got the millie right there. The briefcase is right here on the other side of the fence. They got a quick $1 million for you right here. Run there, touch that, come back, and jump over the fence and grab your $1 million briefcase, and somebody come up in a car and pick you up. First they spray you down with something. No.
Big, deep, like, tub out on the outside. This way I can jump into water. This way you just.
Yeah. I mean, like, I feel like they just need to have like a hose on standby to spray me down or something. Like you got to get sprayed off. I'm not just about to jump into the car and just sit there. I know I got spiders on me. Like
Oh yeah, for sure.
no, because the other pic is close up. That's further back, which is why you can't see them. I mean, you genuinely can't see the spiders in this. That's probably why it's scary, huh?
Hey, scroll down. Look, is that a dog?
Oh my God, it is a dog. He just chilling though.
Oh man, it's just
Like
fucking
he living his best life right now. Like he not scared of no spiders.
He's like, yo, why is everything so white?
Right. He like it's not cold. This is white, but it's not cold. Like this is just nutty. That is just whew. Okay, enough spiders. We went from ants to spiders. I know, but that was kind of fun. Uh, but yeah, Bugs Life is easy A tier. Now we're moving on to Incredibles 2. Where do you put Incredibles 2 at? Because this is not an S tier for me.
Oh yeah, definitely not S tier for me.
I liked it. I enjoyed it. And it's hard because it's got big shoes to fill. You can't fill those shoes.
True.
I love seeing this.
It did a really good job though.
It did. And so I'm debating on if I'm going B or C tier. It's not even A tier for me. I feel like because I put Ratatouille in C tier, I gotta put Incredibles 2 in C tier. In fairness.
That's fine. Honestly, I'm with you with. I can put it in B tier for me.
I don't even need to hear the prize. Oh, I'm sorry about your pet tarantula, Moon. Pet turtle that ran away. Dang, everybody's pets is running away. Not A tier. Jack Jack. Oh, honestly, the Jack Jack scenes did. Yeah, I love those scenes with Jack Jack.
Yeah, those killed it.
Honestly, like, but the movie itself, I didn't enjoy it all as much as I wanted to. Like it was a fun trip down memory lane and it was great that they made it, but
Yeah.
it's one of those movies that would have done better if they made it not after 20 years.
Mhm.
I feel like in all fairness, just because I put Ratatouille in C tier, I feel like it's only fair that I put Incredibles 2 in C tier. Even though I do kind of feel like it deserves a B tier. And I wouldn't disagree if somebody said B tier, but
Yeah.
in all fairness, I'm
I
going to go
think
C tier.
honestly, I put mine in B tier, but the part of me is having trouble because I actually had to move it down. I had to put Cars 2 in D tier and Cars 3 in C tier because Bugs Life is like it's fucking me up because I like ants more.
Yeah. But I mean, it's not on the same tier list, though. So you can put Bugs Life wherever you want. It's not like it has to compete with Ants.
True, you know what?
So it's a DreamWorks movie.
Bugs Life,
Yeah.
Because I wanted to put it in B tier, but I was like, okay, Bugs Life is not on the same level as Cars 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was just like, but is Cars 3 on the same level as,
It's which it's not. Like Cars 3 is not on the same level as Bugs Life. I don't think so. Like even without seeing it, I'm just like if it's not as good as Cars 1, which is where I have Cars 1 in A tier. I feel like Cars 1 and Bugs Life, I enjoyed them just as much. And honestly, an argument can be made to move Cars down to B tier.
Yeah.
Because in my A tier with Up and Finding Dory and A Bug's Life, honestly, I feel like Cars, with your competition, you kind of have to go in B tier, especially if I'm putting Incredibles 2 in C tier. So
Right.
I'm more comfortable with that.
I had to move some of mine down one just because like there's no way you can compete in the same tier.
Honestly, Moon, there a lot of these movies used to see. Like I would have Cars in C. Yeah, I feel like that's fair. But I think I'm gonna go with B. I definitely want to move it out of A. I made that decision a little hastily. I think B is definitely fair.
I agree with my decision for being in A. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I do like Cars. But I definitely think that compared to Up and Finding Dory and A Bug's Life, it's one of those movies where, like I said, sometimes in the last tier list, I can't put this movie in S tier because of its competition. You know, and Finding Nemo, it's like Finding Dory. If Finding Dory is an A tier, Cars can't be in the same tier as Finding Dory and Bug's Life and Up, and it's just
I feel you.
it's tough. It's a tough choice.
Yeah, that was a tough choice. Like honestly, if you put A or B, that's honestly you can't go wrong.
Yeah,
You really can't. If you could put Cars in A or B, you're not going to go wrong.
yeah,
And the reason why I only leave mine in A is because the character development for the main character, Lightning McQueen, was just so well done and so good. Like you progressively see him change in a very like good
You
way.
do see him change. That's very true. He has a lot of character development in Cars. He
Exactly, and
does.
like most versus most character like MCs
Yeah.
and like Pixar movies, like he has like where it's like so little character development for him. That's why I leave mine A.
Like we'll put Lilo Stitch in A. Oh my God, JC Girl's not letting that go. Nessa says I'm side eyeing the F out of you, waiting on these next two. Just know that. Look. Okay, so let's get to it. First, I want to do this. I want to throw this out there. For my haven't seen, I'm just gonna get this knocked out. Coco, I haven't seen. Onward, I haven't seen. Soul, I haven't seen, and Luca, I haven't seen.
Okay, Soul and Luca I haven't seen, but the rest I have seen.
I heard good things about Soul, but Luca, I know that one's a very new one. I think that one came out like in either 2019 or 2020. That one's very new. Onward, I've heard of it twice. Coco, I know of it. I think that one's about the Hispanic celebration of Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. Is if it's not, I think it is. It's what it looks like to me. It's what I've always thought it was. Um, so, but I'm not that familiar with it. One movie that I do want to see though is Encanto. Like that movie looks like it's a lot of fun. Like my Spanish teacher said, he kept crying when he said he watched it like 3 times and cried every time. But I was just like, dang, like he really enjoyed it. So I had to get that out of the way. I don't know what your haven't seen tier list is looking like, but I just threw those out of the way.
As Toy Story 4, Luca, Soul, and Good Dinosaur.
Oh, I didn't see that this was Toy Story 4. I gotta throw that one on there because I didn't see Toy Story 4 either.
Same.
Ooh, but Toy Story 3 and Toy Story 2. Oh my God. Okay, Wally, I saw one time, and I don't remember a lot of Wally. I do remember liking it though. That's the thing. Like I remember liking Wally. I enjoy Wally. Now Wally was the one. Wasn't that the one where he was like a lone robot and all the people had gotten like they were in space, but they were getting taken care of, so they became really fat to the point that they couldn't walk anymore?
Yep.
Okay. So I do remember that movie, but it's one of those movies that I don't remember enough of. Like, I mean, I'm getting S tiers all throughout the board, but everybody's putting in an S tier, and it's tough because this would almost go in a don't remember because it's one of those movies that I know is good, but I don't remember enough of it to grade it accurately. That's the sucky part about it. And I knew that was coming because when I saw Wally, I'm like, I remember Wally, but I don't remember it like that. Because I remember watching it literally one time and liking it and just like moving on. Literally everybody says S tier. This will probably be the only time y'all ever get me to do this. I'll throw it in S tier just because of that. Because this is the first time where it's been like unanimously S tier from everyone.
I'm already with chat on that one.
Yeah, like, and you know what? I have no reason to disagree with that. I just felt like I don't remember enough to really grade it accurately off my personal experience with the movie. So I will go based off of what I remember liking about it, and like how much everyone else loves it. Like Zoro loves it, Nessa loves it, Ashley, JC, like everybody is unanimously saying this movie's the best. Which one is the Stitch movie? It's a Moon. It's called Lilo and Stitch. It's a Disney movie. It's not on this It's not on this tier list. It's on the tier list that we finished before this. So I'll post it on YouTube though. All of these tier lists are gonna get posted on YouTube. So which is funny because they're gonna be like hour-long videos of me making tier lists that most people are like not gonna want to sit through an hour-long video of you making a tier list. But I see people make hour-long tier list videos all the time. So it's crazy, but it's whatever. I have fun doing them. Monsters Inc. Easy S tier. Easy S tier. Like I don't know what you think about it, but
I'm thinking.
like Boo? You telling me you didn't see Boo and just want to like kiss her forehead and pinch her little cheeks and hold her and protect her from the stupid lizard Randall and punch that lizard in his face so he couldn't capture her. Like, and seeing her cry when she got scared made me like my inner dad kicked in. That was one of the first times I was young watching this movie, and my inner dad kicked in when I saw Boo crying, and I was like, "Yo, I will kill everybody. Like everybody can go bye bye because you hurt that little one." Like that, Boo is that movie. Look, we got a 23-19. Like, bruh.
Yo, 23-19. Let's get it. Okay, for me, I will honestly say yes, S tier. But the reason I was taking so long to think about it is because Cars was throwing me off because I thoroughly really enjoy Cars, and I was just like, I feel like it deserved A tier. That's why I'm just like, because I would watch Cars as much as I watched Monsters Inc., Wally, all my S tiers. So I feel like that's why I was just debating on that one.
I mean, that Cars really threw you off though.
Yeah,
Like it really seems to have thrown like a whole like wrench in your tier list.
facts. You know what? Hold up. You know
Yeah,
what?
like fix your stuff. Get your you know what I mean. Take your time. Get your. I'm a
S tier, S tier.
easy S tier because I look. I don't want you to feel bullied and pressured to change your vote or nothing like that. You know.
I don't know. I mean, I was gonna put it as an S tier already. Like,
Okay.
I would maybe arguably go as low as A tier, but I think it's S tier.
Chat's like, good job. Don't mess up again. I feel so threatened. It's cool though. I ain't mad. I got these honey herb cough drops. This has been helping a lot. The Ricola, these have been helping with my cough a lot.
Yo, Ricola is so good.
Like
Bro.
honestly, I didn't know.
Well,
I did not know that these was hitting like that, but they're really good.
bro, they hit.
They don't taste like medicine. They taste like just like honey, which is cool.
True.
And as soon as I start popping them, bro, my cough goes away almost instantly. So they work. Inside Out. The sucky part about Inside Out is that I was watching it on the Fire Stick, and
Yeah.
I was like 2/3 through the movie, and the thing started buffering, and I lost my stream. So I never actually got to finish the movie. As much as that sucks, like, and it's one of those movies that I have forgot that I never finished until looking at it right now. So I can't even rate this movie. Technically, it would go in haven't seen because I haven't finished it. You know,
That's fair.
like there's a lot of the movie that I haven't seen. You know what I mean? Like, and it's one of those movies where like it's one of those I really want to give it a good grade because what I saw I liked. I loved how they gave the emotions their characteristics and how they displayed the memories inside the brain. Like the movie from what I saw was fantastic. So honestly, you know what? I'll grade it based off of what I saw, but honestly, because I want to give it an S tier, but I didn't finish it. But I feel like if I finished it, I'd give it an S tier. But for now I'll leave it in haven't seen in all fairness just because
Yeah.
I feel like I would be making a decision based off of just assumptions and I don't want to do that, you know. So
True.
I don't know where you throwing it at since you probably seen it, right?
Oh, I've seen it. I've seen it. S tier from. I wouldn't put it in S tier for me. I would definitely put it in A tier.
That's fair. That's fair.
A tier. For sure.
Like I said, I really just loved. There's nothing. I can't say anything negative about the movie, and that's part of the reason why I feel like it would go in S tier because if I'm looking at it objectively as a movie, and it's an S tier movie because it's so good and the way that they went about showing the emotions and fleshing the characters out and showing the memories. When they showed the memories, I was like, oh my god, I love how they showed these collective memories and they made the memory and the brain so vast and it was like I loved everything that they were doing about the movie. But
Yeah.
I just couldn't like I said, it's one of those movies that I feel like I would give it an S tier if I finished it. But I just want to be fair. But if you say A tier, I'm not gonna argue with you. Chat, however,
Like I could see either one because like you said, I really love the way they did like how the mind works in a very like. Now I wouldn't say it's like a very like they did it in a way where it made it look fun, right? Or like it was very enjoyable to see how like their version of how the mind works, and I was just like, that's dope. I like that
Yeah.
because it hits so many points. I'm just like, yo, like that could be like it could feel it feels so real, you know.
Yeah.
So that's why I said I could like honestly I'll put it in A, but like I could arguably say it's an S tier movie.
Yeah. Like okay, so you would say objectively it's an S tier movie, but personally it's an A tier movie.
Exactly.
Okay, that's fair. See, so that's the good thing about it, right? It's like we can recognize when a movie is just overall this movie is just a good movie. You know what I mean? Like especially if a movie's beloved by most people, it's just like but personally, I enjoyed it this much, you know. So and the sucky part about it is that with S tier, it's reserved for 10 out of 10s, whereas A tier can be a 9.5 out of 10. And
Exactly.
that's the trouble with these tier lists is that you want to have a very accurate scale and you want to acknowledge that a movie is probably like a 9.5 or even a 9.9, but if you're reserving S tier for only 10 out of 10, then that's just like that's the trouble with these. So, you know, it's a tough spot that you're put in,
That's
man.
the thing, because like for me, yeah, like S tier is 10 out of 10 movie.
10 out of 10.
A
I'm
tier,
leaving it for that.
like Inside Out, 9.5.
Yeah, if that's yeah, if that's how you feel, that's how you like. And I feel like to not think it's like 9.5. I feel like if you think it's like B tier, then okay, now we might have to have a discussion because like what is going on?
If you put it in B tier, we can have the discussion. Show
Yeah,
your points.
yeah,
Show your work.
yeah. So that's maybe it would be better if we gave it like a number scale, like a numeric scale. Like maybe that would help people see like this is how close they are. But I mean, I feel what you're saying. Um,
Yep.
these next three, I can actually speed run these. I think
I'll
I'm going.
probably, I have to just explain one of them.
I said I could speed run these. I'm going Brave. From what I remember, I'd enjoyed it, but I don't remember enough to give it an A tier. So I'm gonna stick it in B. But like I said, I did enjoy it to the point where it's like I can give it a B grade and not put it in haven't seen or don't remember. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Toy Story 2, I want to throw you an S tier because I love Toy Story 2 just about as much as I like the first one. I think I actually like Toy Story 2 more than the first one. Toy Story
Honestly,
3
for
is
me,
going to
I
A
actually
tier.
like Toy Story 2 way more than the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
so I mean, mine's gonna be an A tier because like Toy Story is already my like
Yeah.
A tier.
Yeah. I'm throwing Toy Story
Toy Story
2.
3 is how you had it for Inside Out is kind of how I have it for Toy Story 3. Like
Mm.
I've watched majority of it, but I never really finished it enough or like remembered it enough to where I can give it a fair grade. So like
Mm.
I want to, like, if I had to grade it, I will put it as low as B tier because I honestly like as much as I do remember, I don't remember enjoying it as much as the first or second one.
Mhm.
So I
It,
would say as low as B tier, but nothing lower.
the thing about Toy Story 3 and why I put it in A is because the whole movie is basically just us. It's like a love letter to us. You know, the
Mm-hmm.
people who grew up watching Toy Story because the movie is about Andy letting go of his toys because Andy's going to college. So it's like the whole movie had me on the verge of tears because I'm just like, yo, like this is my whole childhood and you're basically telling me to say goodbye to it. And
Right.
and you have to see Andy give his toys to a new little girl.
Yep.
And the toys
I remember.
also have to let go of Andy. You know what I mean? Like goodness, this Ricola's it's getting everything going. Like so it's like the toys are all heartbroken because they're like, wait, we can't leave Andy. That's been our dog. And Andy's feeling the same way. Like, I don't want to get rid of my toys, but you know what I mean? It's time. And so it's just like that thing, that realism that we all felt watching that movie. And then at the ending, do y'all remember the end of that movie when they were all like going into the incinerator and they were all about to die and they were fighting to get out and then they realized that it was kind of futile. So they all just held hands and closed their eyes and just was ready to accept death. Like, and we all thought they were about to die. Bro, I was in the theater watching this movie. And when I tell you just about everybody in the theater was crying, like I was there. Who was I with? I think I went there with my ex, and she was crying, and like her friend was crying. Like it was it was rough because we were just seeing that scene with them all getting out of that incinerator. It was like it was almost weird to see how they just basically accepted death. It was like weird. They all just looked at each other and were just like, "This is it. Like we're about to die." And so they just held hands and they all closed their eyes like, "This is gonna hurt." And they were just like ready to die. And I'm like, "Yo, like this is a dark thing to throw in this movie." And so it's like they end up getting saved, and I honestly didn't see it coming. You know what I mean? But
Right.
the callback to "You saved our lives, we're eternally grateful," you know, and they ended up saving his life because they were eternally grateful. So it was like that callback was so like the movie. Honestly, because of what it meant, I want to give it S tier. But the movie itself, objectively, I don't think is fair. But what it means to me is S tier. So it's one of those things that's opposite. Personally, I'd give it a S tier, but objectively, it's an A tier.
Right. Honestly, yeah, for me, like I'm with you there, because like I said, like I like because I have Toy Story 2, like one and two in A tier, because that's where it was for me. And I did like Toy Story 3 from what I can remember, but I like the other two more. So that's the reason why it's in B tier, because it has to be lower,
Right.
like
Okay, that's
than
fair.
the other two.
That's
So
fair.
like if I had a numerical like scale, it would probably be a lot better.
Yeah.
But like for now, I'm putting it in B.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Well, this is our tier list of what is this?
Hold on. For
Pixar?
me, all right. For me, Brave. Hold on.
Oh yeah, you didn't finish yours. Okay, hold on. Cause
Brave.
I speed ran mine.
Yeah, you spent red in yours. For me, Brave. I probably put. It's not on the same level as I didn't. I enjoyed like the other two more, so I'm putting
Yeah.
C. Coco. I saw it and I'm putting it A. Onward was C2.
Yeah, cause I speed ran. Not only did I speed run the the haven't scenes, but I did speed run those couple that you
Yeah, the
hadn't
last two. Yeah, I was gonna speed one of them, but I was too busy thinking about where should I put Toy Story
seen.
3.
Right. So onward, you put in the haven't seen.
Yeah. No, Onward. I've seen it. I put it in the C tier. Brave and Onward is both for me.
S represents the top tier, so it's just better than A. You know, if it's like on a regular grading scale, A, B, C, D, F, instead of having an F, we just take a F out. We don't need that low of a grade. D is like low enough, unless we want to add an F to really show like we hate this. But most of the time for stuff like this, we don't really hate anything.
Yeah,
We just might
this movie
dislike
is like
it.
a really bad movie.
Yeah, like, and when I did the Super Auto Pest tier list, I had an F because there's animals I genuinely hate in that game. Like, there's some trash animals, so I threw them in F tier. But for the most part, like we're talking about movies that most of us love, and if we don't love them, we don't hate them. We just don't really care for them. So it's kind of that difference. But yeah, an S is just like way it's better than A. Goodness.